Hey, what's up, everyone? Monday Night Football is kicking off right away. I'm Jo Madden, and I'm here to answer all of your questions, give you some bets in this Monday Night Football game. So, Jo Madden here of BettingPros. We got a ton to go over tonight before this Monday Night Football game kicks off. Now, we're looking at the current lines, you guys, with the Cowboys still laying 3.5 points on the road. Really interesting to see that this one has not moved. Now, one thing that has moved is that total. Once a 51.5 down to a 48.5. So we're going to jump into that. We're going to jump into everything I'm liking, but I want to hear your questions on this game. If you got a player that you're uncertain of, if you should take him for the anytime. Teddy, what you're looking at, let me know. Drop it in the live chat over here on YouTube. Super excited for this one today. So when I look at this game, you guys, I hate to do it, but I have to do it. I'm rolling with the Raiders plus the 3.5. I think they have every opportunity of pulling off a crazy upset. You look here at the Dallas Cowboys, and yes, they're coming off a bye. Yes, this is going to be a very emotional game for this team as a whole. But I also look to the look ahead situation. There's a Philadelphia Eagles on deck. So let me know what your questions are here, what you're liking out there. We've got so many different things that we can discuss. So there's a lot of players that you want to look and circle here, especially for the Eagles. For the Raiders in this one. So looking at the Raiders, you guys, I do think Geno Smith is going to come out and have a little bit more success in this one. You look at Geno Smith coming into this game, and I know he has had those struggles on the season. You got Geno Smith with 11 touchdowns. Do you guys realize how many interceptions he has thrown? 12 interceptions already on the season, just not where Geno Smith thought he would be. Pete Carroll looking to really rebuild this team, and I do understand the struggles that they have had. They traded away Jacoby Myers. They're in a rebuild situation, but I think this is a game they have every opportunity of getting the win. The Dallas Cowboys are 1-4 on the season away from home, and you're wanting me to lay 3.5. We saw the Kansas City Chiefs this weekend coming out of a bye, lose to the Denver Broncos, and now I think the Dallas Cowboys have every opportunity of having the same situation here. So you guys drop in the comments here what you like, where you're thinking in this game. But I want to hear your questions, your comments. So where else am I going to go? I told you guys, I think Geno Smith has to come out and have a better day. Well, if Geno Smith is going to have a better day, I really do think it's because, well, one, he's got to get that ball to Brock Bowers. We know Brock Bowers last week versus the Denver Broncos had those struggles out there. Versus the Denver Broncos, he just wasn't able to get free. We saw, one pass to him for 36 yards, I believe it was. But we look at him coming out of that last game versus the Jags. And that's where he really had success, you guys. He was able to get in the end zone. He was able to go for something like 100 and change in receiving yards. And that's what I expect in this game here. I'm expecting Brock Bowers to be a nice target out there for Geno Smith, but I also think you've got to have circled here Ashton Jeanty. Looking at the running back, Ashton Jeanty out here, I know he hasn't had the season everyone was expecting. He is so solid coming in. He's a great rookie. And I know I talked to Sean Payton. I had those conversations with him. He was worried about Ashton Jeanty here in the backfield for the Las Vegas Raiders, knowing the strength that he has. Now, they picked up a strong running back as well in RJ Harvey. And I look at Jeanty, and the offensive line just hasn't had that hold in front of him. There's a couple of things I'm looking at because I don't trust the offensive line to open up his lanes as much as possible. In this game, I'm looking at Ashton Jeanty for his receiving yards. Now, this number's short, you guys, over 16.5 receiving yards for Ashton Jeanty, I think is a great price. So if you guys caught it earlier, it's a great price for Ashton Jeanty to come out. I think we're going to see Geno Smith have the opportunities to get it to Jeanty when he's looking for Bowers, but Bowers is covered. I also think he's going to have those opportunities when he's looking deeper for Tucker. And we know Tucker is going to try to get open, but if he's covered, it's going to be hard. Now, Desmond, I see you coming in here. It's great to see you all the way from Vegas. So happy Monday. Let me know what you're liking in this one, Desmond, if you're going to roll with me with the Las Vegas Raiders, if you can have the faith. I know it's ugly Taking the Raiders here is an ugly way to go, especially when they've only had 2 wins on the season. We know the Dallas Cowboys have those issues on their secondary, picking up a couple of great weapons, though, in Williams and Wilson. We'll see what these new toys on defense are able to do, so to say. But you also got to think there's a couple of players that have got healthier for the Dallas Cowboys out there as well. Jerry definitely wants this team getting back in the win column. We'll just see if they're able to do it. And remember, the big game for them, the look ahead situation with the Philadelphia Eagles is there. So you guys, I see you guys watching. Let me know your questions, your comments, who you're liking out there. We are live here till this game kicks off. We're here to answer those questions for you. You're betting the under in the first half. Okay, that is actually a really solid way to go. The under in the first half, 22.5. I like your thinking of the first half under, because I do think there's going to be some growing pains for both of these teams in that first half. And it also takes away that last minute touchdown in garbage time that we do see every Sunday, every Monday. It feels like that pushes us over that total. So great way to go with the under 22.5. You guys, the rest of you watching, let us know where you're going to go. So I already told you I'm taking the Raiders plus the 3.5. I have put a little bit of sprinkle on that money line. I think it's worth it, you guys. Now, maybe not the best price at plus 170 for the Raiders to get the straight up win here at home. But if I'm taking them plus the 3.5, I obviously think they have every opportunity of winning it. And I don't want to miss out on a plus 170. We saw Dak going into that bye, and he was turning that ball over. And I talked about Geno Smith and how he's turned the ball over more than he's had passing touchdowns. 11-12, but we look at Dak, it's still 17-6, still 6 interceptions thrown on the season. Now he's going to be hopefully put in situations where he's able to make a couple great passes down the field. I want an exciting game tonight, you guys. I don't want another boring Monday Night Football game. So we'll see what we're able to get, but I think defense rules this one. So Desmond, when you say the under 22.5 in that first half, I think you're onto it in this game. I look at Max Crosby and his ability out there on the field to just wreak havoc. If he's able to wreak havoc on Dak Prescott, you're going to see a lower scoring game, especially in that first half, before the Dallas Cowboys are able to make those adjustments. So Max Crosby coming into this game with 5 sacks on the season. I know there was some talk about maybe it was bad Max Crosby going over to Dallas when Jerry was saying that he had made a big acquisition for the defensive side of things, and it wasn't Max Crosby. And I don't know if I would have loved to see Max Crosby over there with the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not sure if he'd fit the culture with Dallas. Let me know your thoughts. I could see Max on a couple of teams, but I think all in all, his heart is with the Las Vegas Raiders. So I really like seeing him over here with the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm taking Max Crosby for the anytime sack, you guys. I think it's a great way to go. So his anytime sack is coming in at minus 110. Now you could look to get a couple of sacks out of Max Crosby. If your book allows it, you're going to get great plus money, but I think he has every ability to break through that offensive line of the Dallas Cowboys and get to Dak Prescott. We know Dak Prescott he's not the most mobile of quarterbacks out there, and I do expect Max to be all over him. Now, when we look at the other side of things, because we have to look at the new weapons out there for the defense here of the Dallas Cowboys. So I'm just pulling up those defensive props right now, you guys, as we talk. You're looking at Williams and Bowers. Anytime touchdown, you're going to take the 2 for the double wall up. Let me know what you mean by the anytime touchdown, the double. So Williams and Bowers. Brock Bowers, I love. Williams, the running back there for the Dallas Cowboys, his anytime touchdown was a little juicy at minus 150. So I did stay off, but odds on favorite to get that touchdown today. I think it is a great way to go if you're parlaying it with something, trying to get that into a positive ROI. But you're looking here at Quinnen Williams that was picked up for the Dallas Cowboys on the defensive side of things. Now you're looking at him coming in for a sack, and I do think he's impactful straight out of the gate. His anytime sack at plus 148. So instead of just taking Mad Max Crosby for the sack, what you could do is you could also parlay it. I think there's an opportunity to take Williams from the Dallas Cowboys for a sack and Max Crosby of the Las Vegas Raiders for a sack. So when you do that, and I just have to minus something out. Before I minus this out, you guys, I want to throw this at you. and you're parlaying it together. And yeah, it's absolutely where you want to go. Bowers and Williams for the anytime touchdowns parlayed together. Great plus money on that. One thing though, what I did, so I just threw this in. Dak Prescott over 1.5 passing touchdowns, because I think CeeDee Lamb is going to feast. We're going to get to him and his props that I have. I do have him for the anytime touchdown, you guys. So his anytime touchdown plus 150. Dak over 1.5 passing touchdowns. It's gross. It's minus 178. I do think he gets there as well. When you parlay Dak and over the 1.5 and then CeeDee Lamb for the touchdown, it's coming in right at that plus 158 market. So it brings those prices up to a better price for the parlay there. When you add in Max Crosby for a sack and Williams for the sack for the Dallas Cowboys, wow, it takes this to 11-1. It's plus 1103. So I think it's a great way to go. Now you could round robin it. It's saying you could round robin it over here, but I don't really love the round robins. I think we're going to be able to get there with all of those legs. Let me know which of the legs you think would hold this down. So it's Dak over 1.5 passing touchdowns, CeeDee Lamb for the touchdown, Max Crosby for the sack, and Quinnen Williams here for the Dallas Cowboys for the sack. Plus 1,100. I'm in like a dirty shirt. So then if you take out Dak and CeeDee Lamb, that for the anytime sacks. And I think this one is all about defense, you guys. So drop in the comments here on YouTube what you're liking and where you're going to go. But for me, it's about the defense. So Max Crosby for the sack, and then Williams for the sack for the Dallas Cowboys. It's coming in at plus 331. How can we say no to that? We know Geno will be under that pressure. The offensive line in front of it hasn't been holding. That defensive line there for the Dallas Cowboys is going to be bringing that pressure. They're going to try to get to Geno Smith to shut him down in this game. And then we look at Dak, and Dak, he's thrown those interceptions. He's been put under that pressure. And I do think his offensive line will allow Mad Max Crosby to break through. So I love it. I love looking at the defensive props out there for sure, you guys. So let me know what you're thinking of them. But yeah, this is just rapid fire. We're going over everything. We will be live on Monday nights before these games kick off. So make sure you do join me next Monday. Get your questions, get your comments in here. Over here on Betting Pros, we want to just give you those last minute answers to anything you're liking. Now, that total, we are starting to see a couple of lines dropping. We're seeing a 48. I'm surprised by it. On Sports 411, dropping from that 48.5. So if you're liking the under, it's obvious money is coming in on that under. We're seeing the national anthem being sung right now, you guys. It's pretty cool to watch these games as they start off. But national anthem time, we got a couple more minutes here for your questions, your comments before we kick off. So drop them in the live chat here on YouTube. We'll get to as many as we can before these guys kickoff. And what else am I liking? Let's get into what else I'm liking. So I kind of told you guys about CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb over for his anytime touchdown at plus 115. It's not great odds, but CeeDee Lamb coming out of a bye has been very strong in his career off of that bye. He's had those big games. So I think if you're looking at CeeDee Lamb, his receiving prop, it's just not exactly where I want to be for his receiving prop, right? So looking at CeeDee Lamb, I would look for him for his receptions at 6.5. I do think this could be a game where CeeDee Lamb fires right up. Let me know if you guys think CeeDee Lamb could hit 100 receiving yards in this game. We know Dak's ability with his arm to throw that ball deep. And if I'm going on CeeDee Lamb on his receiving, that number is 87.5. It's minus like 112, 111 to the over. I would rather look at him for that longest reception at 26.5 or to just fire up those lines. Let me know what you guys think of firing up lines. CeeDee Lamb for 90 plus receiving yards at minus 102, 100 plus at plus 144. Still not a lot of value on CeeDee Lamb. I like the over 6.5 receptions, but you guys, we are doing rapid fire question answer time here before this game kicks off. This game is kicking off pretty quick here. So let me know any questions that you do have. I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen any movement in the line, still sitting solid at a 3.5. It's the Raiders, you guys. It's the Raiders all day plus the 3.5. I have sprinkled on the money line. We'll see if that does come into play. But like I said, I'm rolling with Ashton Genty for his receiving yards to the over 16.5. Expecting quick dump offs from Geno Smith. I'm also looking for Brock Bowers to get in the end zone. He's such a solid tight end out there for Geno Smith. I know last week versus Denver, he had those struggles, but I'm expecting a big game in this one. His receiving prop is 73.5. It's a little high. I would look again for his longest. I think defense is really going to come into play in this game. Let me know what you guys think on that total. 48.5. We know the Dallas Cowboys have had really solid games out there. We know their secondary has been an issue. Their offense was an issue in their last game before going into the bye, but you would expect Dak and Code to be ready for this game. Let me know also what you think about the look-ahead situation with the Philadelphia Eagles. The look-ahead situation with the Eagles did keep me off it. These guys are getting ready to hit the field, you guys. Also, if you're riding with the Raiders with me, if you're brave enough to take the Raiders straight up on the money line at that plus 170 mark, let me know. So what I'm going to do in this one, I did put a full unit on the Raiders plus the 3.5. I'm also going to be looking for a live betting situation. I'm really hoping that the Dallas Cowboys go up first in this game. Live betting can be a great thing as long as you know where you're wanting to come in on those markets. So I'll be looking for the Dallas Cowboys to go up first and the Raiders to be able to answer back. When we see the Raiders at plus 174, I'd already put a sprinkle on it for the Raiders straight up on the money line. I want to see the Raiders go up to, plus 300. It's going to be there if the Dallas Cowboys go up and score first. So I think it's a great opportunity for us to make some money in that live betting market if we see that happen. I also think as we watch some of these numbers dropping, you want to jump in. If we're not seeing much out of both of these offenses to start this game, if we go into the second half and you still haven't seen CeeDee Lamb get that anytime touchdown going into the game, he's plus 115. Keep that in your head when you're looking at the numbers as we go into the second half of the game, because CeeDee Lamb's chances then are only 50% because only half the game's left, and we have seen those numbers change. So watch for that out there, you guys. It looks like they're about to kick off this ball. Best of luck to each and every single one of you. Now, if you like this content over here on Betting Pros, keep this show going. Hit that like button. Also hit the notification bell so you do know when everything comes out for free here on Betting Pros, and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the great content. But you guys, I will be back next Monday night to talk the Monday Night Football. It's rapid fire. I want to hear your questions, your comments, but this game is kicked off. I'm ready to go watch it. I got it on my phone sitting behind below my computer screen right now. I got to go turn on the big screen, you guys. Enjoy the game. Until next time, stay tuned here on Betting Pros for all of the great info, the great videos, the great shows coming out. Hit that like button, you guys. Do me a solid below this. Let me know what you're liking. But until next time, stay hot, you guys, and let's make some freaking money. I will see you next Monday.